Isn't it interesting how belief can shape your world? Not just what you think, what you feel, what you do, who you become. And as you begin to notice this, something shifts inside. Because what if the thoughts you once believed were true were never really yours at all? What if they were borrowed, handed to you by people who didn't know any better? And what if, just by questioning them, they begin to dissolve? Because isn't it fascinating how the mind only holds on to what it believes is useful? But now you see more, you feel more. And as you step back, you realize something powerful. Who told you to be tough all the time? Who decided showing emotion meant weakness? How do you know needing validation makes you less? Isn't it strange how beliefs feel so solid until you start asking questions? But when you look closer, you see the gaps, you see the contradictions, and suddenly you realize something even deeper. If these beliefs were built, then they can be taken apart. And in that moment, a new doorway opens. What if everything you thought was a flaw was actually your greatest strength? What if being emotional meant being deeply in tune? What if needing approval just meant you had a strong desire for connection? What if everything that made you doubt yourself was actually a sign of your depth? Because when you stop fighting yourself, you start understanding yourself. Isn't it fascinating how the moment you embrace something, it stops controlling you? Maybe it's like a river. A river doesn't try to force its way forward. It doesn't argue with the rocks or resist the bends in its path. It simply flows, effortless, inevitable. And the more it flows, the deeper it carves its own path. And I wonder, isn't it amazing how the more you let go, the more powerful you become? And now, as you take this in, as your unconscious mind processes this in a new way, in its own time, you realize something even deeper. People don't remember the words you say. They remember how you make them feel. So why not make people feel something real, something powerful? Because the more you believe in yourself, the more the world must believe in you. When you stand firm in your own truth, what happens next?